You know, one has to wonder how long the Dark Hour really lasts. I mean, you can be gone for months at a time in real life, but then when you go back to this game, you might end up just still being stuck in the Dark Hour. So you really have to consider how long the Dark Hour's length really is. Is it just a regular hour? Or does it end when you, the player, command it to? I don't know, it's just food for thought. Greetings all, it's Blue Knight, and welcome back to Persona 3 FES. Previously, we went into Tartarus again, and took on the Venus Eagle, one of the many guardians that this labyrinth had in store for us. Needless to say, it wasn't my best outing, but we did persevere and defeat that trio of shadows. Today we'll be heading back to real life as we just live our high school life. There really is not much there to explain about it. So one thing to note, and hopefully I think this will come up now. If it doesn't, I'll just mention it anyways. But after you exit the dark hour, we will end up in tired condition no matter what. So if you're still in good condition when you do end up in Tartarus, you'll become tired the next day. So that's something you'll have to keep in mind. What's up, Makoto? Huh? You're all by yourself. Dude, I thought the rumor about you and Yukari-san was true. Uh, it's still early. I mean, we just met her, so we're not exactly close to her right now, but we do have some sort of friendship with her. Let's say that. But you sure just have some bad luck since you transferred here. You know, dude, all the weird stuff that's been happening, how everyone's been saying about how they're hearing strange voices. Well, I guess since you're always listening to your headphones, you probably haven't heard anything. That's what you think. The character model says otherwise because it shows that I am not wearing my headphones at all. Kinda wish he was though, because he does look kinda cool with those. Although that only happens in anime cutscenes. At least as far as I'm aware. And the same guy who we saw in the last couple of days at school, it's now at our front desk, Kenji again. I'm gonna get some ramen after school, you wanna come? Sure, but why me though? I'm the new kid. No reason really, I just don't have anything to do later. And I thought we could finish our conversation this morning. I didn't realize we were still having a conversation. Maybe I was listening to my headphones after all. They're just so loud that I can actually hear them from my neck. Maybe Makoto's got the volume up so high. So, if you remember what Igor said, the social links will determine the strength of the persona we can get in that arcana. So we decided just to go with them so we can try and test out this little social link thing. Because this is the first time we're actually might be able to develop one with somebody outside of C's. Woo! Now that's what I'm talking about. Well, was I right or was I right? This ramen tastes great, doesn't it? I bet they put a special ingredient in it, something no other ramen shop uses. Probably some sort of secret spice. Oh, sorry, my bad. I get all geeked up when I eat here. I'm not gonna tell them to shove and eat. No, I agree with you. If you have something that you just love to just geek out about, then go crazy about it. I mean, there should be nobody stopping you doing that. I mean, just listen to me. I'm here online just talking about video games because I love talking about video games a lot. So, case in point, it's this Let's Play channel, and Let's Players in general, let's be honest about that. Can't blame you though, a man's gotta be aggressive nowadays. I was off on a little tangent, I have no idea what we're talking about now. But this guy wants us to hang out with him again sometime. But despite what we heard from him before school year officially started, Kenji seems to be a good guy. I don't know. You know what they say, never judge a book by its cover, so maybe Kenji might be more of an honest human being and less of a creeper than we initially thought, or at least I initially thought. And Kenji represents the Magician Arcana, which means we have established the Magician Social Link. You may be able to create a social link by getting to know a person better. When you fuse personas, the strength of that social link will result in the resulting persona, like we've already mentioned a couple times already today. When you create a persona that has the same arcana as a social link, they will be able to gain additional experience. the more levels you have in a social link, the more points that persona that you create will get. I believe when you max out a social link, you can get a persona 5 level ups when you fuse them. So it is very worth spending your time in trying to develop social links as you go throughout the game, because those do share a key component into going into Tartarus. Exploring Tartarus can be very tiring. Man, Mitsuru, trust me, I know. I know. Just because the next day is an important one doesn't mean you won't still get tired. There's a chance you might not be able to recuperate fully before whatever's gonna happen. The other's condition will vary as well, so make sure you take that into consideration before you begin exploring. For evaluation, we can just ask Mitsuru about everyone's status. So we might need several days to recuperate, but there are other ways to try and cure your tired state. But of course, it's unwise for us to go into Tartarus now since we are all tired at this current time. As for gain consciousness, but due to his condition, he's unable to speak. Man, whatever this guy, he's got a lot worse than us, I'll say that much. So we can head into the bathroom actually, and there's a small chance that we can go from tired to our normal state. This really isn't that likely to happen though, at least from my experience. It tends to not work more often than it actually does work. And oh, it actually turned good this time. Well, he shut me up, game. Just trying to make me an outright liar? What's wrong with you? I thought we had something special. Don't make me lose respect for you yet. So we're actually back to good status. I was not expecting that at all. However, the others, they'll still need some time before they're able to recuperate. We actually talked to Mitsuru just normally if we do interact with her. If an enemy dodges you when you attack with a close range weapon such as a sword, there's a possibility you may falter. You may have seen that a couple times already when we were in Tartarus in previous expeditions. However, continuous attacks will inflict a great amount of damage. Contrarily, there is no danger of stumbling when you use a far-range weapon such as a bow, but bows don't do as much damage as swords do though. So that's why Yukari has more of a chance missing, but she doesn't stumble when she does try to fire off her bow, so that's one upside to it. If you get knocked down, it'll be hard to get back up, especially when you're tired. If you don't get up fast enough, you'll become the enemy's main target. On the plus side though, if you do get attacked when you're knocked down, then you'll be able to attack when your turn comes around. And we can use so many types of different weapons. For me, it's a two-handed sword. That's because real men fight with katanas. With a katana, you can sometimes hit an enemy over and over, and it's super strong. I think this kind of weapon actually suits Junpei's character. Although sometimes I fall down when an enemy dodges my attack, but don't worry about that. Let's see what Kari has to say. She's been good at healing, skills idea. Like I said before, she is a healer. Not wearing a nurse's uniform, you can come to me if you need healing. Yeah, right, a nurse's uniform. Hey now. I bet Yukari will be able to pull off a uniform very, very well. Junpei, Yukari is a very beautiful lady. I would not mind seeing her in that uniform. Though I am pretty sure fan art of that exists somewhere on the internet. Knowing the internet and what it is. Let's be honest about that. So let's see, should I go out for today? Because we can actually do some activities at Paulownia Mall. And it's the only store that is open at night. So we can still do activities here to level up some of our courage, charm, or academics if we have the money to do so. And actually, we're gonna do that right now. We're gonna head to karaoke, I believe. Yeah, we are. Karaoke gives a lot of points towards your courage status. Plus, it's open every night, unlike the arcade where some nights you can do certain activities to increase certain status. So come to karaoke very often if you want to go after courage first. And we'll study then go to sleep. So if we study, there's a chance that we can raise our academics even further. We'll be doing this for quite a long time too, since academics does require the most points to max out. And we have studied enough for tonight. There is a chance, though, that you can get stuck on your worst subject, and you'll end up getting tired as a result. If you try to tire while studying, then you won't be able to level up your academics. So that's another reason why you should keep your condition in check. Is it just me, or have there been more people wandering around lately? Talk about the apathy syndrome, and that's due to these shadows. Sometimes I think I might have it too, and it depresses me. Maybe you just need some exercise. Hey, the athletic teams are accepting new members. Maybe I should join. That's actually something worth checking out, actually. So if we do that, something special will happen. And we're gonna do that right away. I'm not gonna falter on that whatsoever. See that certain athletic teams are still recruiting. Yes, I know where to go, game. Don't keep me waiting. So whenever a social link is available to hang out, you'll see this icon over their head. That means they'll be available to spend time with and possibly level up. I say possibly because some social links will acquire more points than others in order to reach a level up. And we'll be covering that throughout our time in the game, but not right now. Some of the social links here, they'll be very easy to start and level up early on, since it is early game after all. So here's where we can check out the athletic teams. Over here is the swimming pool. Swim team, recruiting new members. Can you swim like a dolphin? So we can join the club outright, but let's observe all of these before we make a decision. Well, I say that, but I actually already know which club I want to join, but it ultimately doesn't matter which club you do end up choosing. You'll end up getting the same outcome, so to speak, if you do join a club. So this is the kendo team, which looks a lot more fun than swimming, admittedly so. Then again, I'm not that much of a swimmer guy, so maybe that's why I say that. Or over here for that matter. This is track team. No slowpokes, please. Let's observe this one too. Even though I already know which club I want to join right now, still worth checking out just in case. The practice field. Track team is training. You know what the amount of running Makoto does? Maybe joining track team might be the canon route in my opinion. At least for all I know, it could be canon. But I actually want to join kendo, so I can fight like a samurai. Honestly, kendo team just looks the most appealing to me, so that's why I always choose it. This is Makoto Yuki. He'll be joining the team. This is Yuko, our manager. I'm Yuko Nishiwaki. Nice to meet you. You're a junior, right? Since we're the same year, you can just call me Yuko. Hey, Kazushi. Yes, sir. This is the future captain of this team. He's a great athlete and scores well in competitions. You two are the same class, right? I think we've actually seen this guy when we are starting to spend after school stuff, after school time. Probably not, but he will be available now in the classroom if you want to interact with him. You're the guy that went on Yukari on the first day of school, right? You're practically famous? And his last name, yes, is Miyamoto. So who knows, he might be related to a certain other Miyamoto that gamers know very well. Yeah, I actually have seen him around. We did see him when we showed up at Gekkoukan High on the first day with Yuko. He was the guy in the tracksuit. Just because you joined mid-season, don't think I'll go easy on you. You have made friends with Kazushi, and we joined the kendo team and befriended our new teammates. So no matter which club you choose, you'll initiate this little thing. The club represents the Chariot Arcana. So now we have opened the Chariot Social Link. Since today's your first practice, just have a look around and then call it a day. I'll make sure your uniform is ready for next time. Sounds like a plan. Now we'll head back to the dorm for the day.
Sup, dude?
Hey, I hear you're friends with Kenji now. He says you're a pretty cool guy. Well, I assume they're friends too, since we did see them go to one of the shops in the strip mall when we first arrived here. Well, sort of. I've known him for a long time, even though we don't usually hang out. He's a good guy, and man, he has no fear when it comes to the ladies. Trust me, I have an idea. I hear the loss are increasing, so we better kick some shadow ass. Well, that depends on Mitsuru, because if she says that you're all healthy to go, then maybe we might go soon. Who knows? Everyone's back to normal, so that is very, very good to hear. But I actually want to go out and do some more karaoke, The customers sure were excited to see her last like that. Our next story is about the release of the Spring Carp, where 10,000 were released into the river this year. The next carp release ceremony will be held in June. So I won't waste any more time talking to these guys because they will say the same thing a few days in a row, though it is worth talking to your dormmates every once in a while to see how the dialogue changes. And to see how the interactions or how the feelings about some of the other residents of the dorm does pan out too. Also, I think it should worth mentioning that certain social links will be available on certain days. So for instance, Kenji will be available on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. And Kaz, he's available on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. So don't think that just because you open a social link, they'll be available all the time. There are certain days that you can meet up with them. So that's why again, it's worth checking out your calendar and trying to determine which social link you want to hang out on that day. Numbers have increased. Now we have seen enough for tonight. I always get so paranoid that I'll end up getting tired one night. Thus, it will allow me to not be able to raise my academics because academics are so hard to level up because like I've already mentioned before, they require the most points to get to max level. I went to the arcade again yesterday. Wouldn't you know it? I spent my entire allowance. I got seriously hooked on that punching game. The upside is that I feel like I got stronger. My muscles are sore now. So not only does the game paddock will allow you to raise certain stats for your social status, it will also be able to level up certain attributes for your persona that you have equipped. That's something I usually don't go after because I usually rely on that happening during Tartarus, but it's something that's worth noting. It can be kind of useful for a couple of things we want to do in this game if we're going for, or since we're going for a max social link run. But I usually avoid doing those activities at Game Panic. We might be able to hang out with Kenji again today. I think that's going to be the plan that we'll do. Also, Kaz is here, so whenever you see people show up to you like this during lunchtime, that means they're close to leveling up their social link. So if something like this happens, that's a huge indicator that you're going to be able to level up their particular link. So right now we have two options to work with, but since we have Nekomata, we could actually use that to add more points to getting to know a person better. So having an equipped persona is actually very helpful because like I said, you can get more points to a particular social link if you choose the right answer. If you choose the right answer, it will give you a few more points than you usually would if you don't have a particular persona in your arsenal. So in this case, I think I'll get maybe 5 more points towards Kenji's social link. I'm not sure. There is a little guide that I read up that did say how many points there are to leveling up a social link. I might include that in the description so you can check that out for yourself. But that's something I'm not really have that completely mesmerized. I only have the answers memorized. Jeez, I can't speak right now. So let's see. Do you go to your car's room and stuff? That's a secret to you, Junpei. Junpei? Well, I guess that applies to Junpei too, but Kenji, that applies to you as well. What do you mean it's a secret? Are you trying to say there's nothing going on between you two? Well, as far as you know, there isn't, but maybe I want her to myself. You don't know that. I'm not gonna make you know that whatsoever. Oh, he likes him older than his age anyways. You see what I mean when I said that this guy had kind of a creepy vibe to him the first day we saw him. Whatever, I guess whatever floats your boat, so let's just indulge him and say that we like all women, even though that is a very bad thing to say in real life. I do not condone this whatsoever, ladies and gentlemen. Do not follow my example in this game. This is just a video game. This is something you can get away with in virtual reality, not in real life. This is the secret plan I was asking about. Okay, you probably mentioned this before, but I was just probably rambling on too much. It's gonna ask out this particular person. Well, I guess it is a big deal since she's a teacher at our school. Anyways, I want you to be there when I ask her out, but you gotta promise you won't tell anyone, okay? Because if people find out, they'll be all like, that's inappropriate or whatever. Well, they do have a point. I mean, dating a teacher, that's really not something that is normally accepted. But, whatever helps you sleep at night, I guess, Kenji. Once again, we have leveled up the Magician Social Link, or the Classmate Social Link. I actually have to show off the Social Link option in our pause menu. Your social links will grow stronger as you spend time with your friends. Depending on your rank, you will receive bonus experience when you fuse personas. Like I mentioned before, the higher the social link, the more experience that persona will get when you fuse that particular persona of that certain arcana. So say if I waited to fuse Nekomata a little later, then I would have got more points towards their experience. Yeah, Yukari, I did join a club. You seem pretty talented, so I'm not surprised. Well, you should probably know. I have no idea where I was going with that, I'm just being stupid right now. Okay, so we're gonna whip up the Lost. I think it might be time to go to Tartarus, I'm not too sure. Don't take it lightly, okay? It's dangerous there, trust me, we know. We know so well. Me better than anyone else, or probably Yukari because she did have trouble summoning her shadow. You know, that's the thing I want to bring up actually. We saw Yukari had a lot of trouble summoning her shadow. Now she has no problem summoning her persona whatsoever. I guess she had a lot more training in the time that we were asleep when we did awaken to our persona. Same thing probably went to Junpei after he awakened to his shortly as well. That's probably what happened, but it's kind of a weird payoff that they showed Yukari having trouble trying to summon Io at first, but now she's like, no, I can do it no problem in the dark hour, you don't have to worry about that. It's kind of weird how they did that, but oh well. She can do it, and that's helpful to us, that's all that really matters to me. So next time on Persona 3 FES, we're gonna do more socializing, and probably we might head to Tartarus soon, since it has been quite a while now that everyone's back to normal status. We might be able to advance even further in the fellow block. Until we meet again, farewell for now.